You're fining Cunningham for this? Come on. You got to be kidding me.
I'm officially 3 for 3 on being fined by the WNBA.
Holy for this? For the pod? Again?
They didn't like my comments on Paige Becker's.
No way.
I didn't even say anything bad.
On the whistle, on the quick whistle.
Yeah. But like, why?
They are not protecting their players. Nobody's going to watch this if you're not protecting your star player. You're not protecting your players, period. But particularly your star players. No one's going to watch this. People are watching it because of Caitlin Clark, and then even more because of Sophie Cunningham. And if you're going to just hang them out to dry, then, good heavens. And then what? Reese is out. Angel Reese is out too. Is she coming back to WNBA? That's a big question. Nobody's going to watch this anymore because they don't protect their players. It's a worthless organization. They have no idea how to protect their players. But, oh man, they're going to bitch and moan. Well, you better pay us the money. For what? You can't even protect your star players that draw the eyeballs. Now nobody's watching. Nobody's going to watch to see the star players sitting out with injuries because of poor treatment and poor officiating on the sides. Nobody's going to watch that. That's so dumb. I hate it because, man, they had a hot streak, and now look.
I mean, I think, we're the players that are driving this change. And regardless of how it's said, I think the messaging stands the same from the players' perspective is things need to change, reffing needs to change, leadership needs to change. I think, our league is at a spot that it hasn't been in the past 10 years. Like, we're growing exponentially and we need change to mirror that. And I think where the players see the league going is different than where leadership sees the league going, and somehow we need to see that align. And I think the CBA negotiations will help hopefully get us there.
When you're saying leadership needs to change, can you just clarify what you mean by that? Like, are you saying like the actual leadership needs to change, or like they're?
I just think we need to get in the same minds, get to the same point, and come to an agreement somehow. And regardless of how that happens, I think that's in the best interest of both sides, players and leadership.
Have there been any agreements between the sides?
We're not there yet, so hopefully that can happen soon. But as far as I know, we're not there.
What else have you heard about the status of negotiations at this point?
I think where we see the value isn't necessarily getting reciprocated. I don't think that we're given the chance to really. We're not getting compensated for what we feel like we're bringing, and I think that needs to change.
Just to clarify, pass this question real quick. Like, there are no issues at all, like travel or charter or anything like that has been agreed upon yet, or just?
I'm not sure.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Fee had mentioned in her statement that she received a lot of messages from people after the play, just checking in on her. Had she reached out, to your knowledge, to anyone that she was going to make a statement?
I don't know.
Today?
I don't know.
But not to you?
No, not to me.
As a team, you guys have been a little bit streaky shooting-wise. I know part of that is...
Nice! Yes! It's the game tonight.
I know part...
A shocking leak just hit the WNBA world, and it's sending massive waves through the league. According to multiple insider reports, Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull have both been issued a private warning from the WNBA after speaking too openly about the league's treatment of Caitlin Clark. That's right. The league that preaches empowerment and free speech is now allegedly silencing its own players. The leaked memo reportedly came directly from WNBA executives, warning players to avoid statements that create division or harm the league's image. But fans immediately caught on, because the only players who've been speaking out recently are the ones defending Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham has been vocal about the unfair media bias, calling out how certain stars are protected while others are targeted. And Lexie Hull? She recently backed Sophie on social media, hinting that the league has a double standard when it comes to who's allowed to speak their mind. Now both players are allegedly being watched closely. Insiders claim their future contracts and media appearances could be reconsidered if they don't stay on message. Fans are furious because instead of addressing the real issue, jealousy, targeting, and favoritism inside the WNBA, the league seems more focused on silencing the truth. One source close to the situation even said, "The league is scared." They know if more players start speaking up, the entire system could crumble. And that's what makes this leak so explosive, because it proves that the WNBA's biggest problem isn't just competition on the court, it's control off the court. Cunningham and Hull stood up for Caitlin Clark, and now it looks like the league is trying to make them pay for it. The question every fan is asking now is simple. If the WNBA really stands for equality and empowerment, why are the players who tell the truth being threatened behind closed doors? Because if this leaked warning is real, then the WNBA just crossed a line it may never come back from.
Yesterday about how you in particular and this team had left it out on the floor each and every night. No doubt you did it again tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we can take away from this season. Obviously, ending on the loss is hard and not what you want, but I do think that we can be proud of the effort we put out there, especially in the fourth quarter, you know, losing Aaliyah, losing Kelsey. I don't even know if that was the third or fourth quarter. But two of our biggest stars go down, and we continue to fight and send it to overtime. So I think that's, you know, we're proud of ourselves. We're proud of that fight, and it's just sad to see this group be done.
Coach was saying that someday she hopes the story of this season is told, and I'm sure even behind those walls it's even more incredible than we know.
For sure. There's lifelong bonds built there. It's sad. Yeah, it's memories this team will cherish forever. The coaches talk about it, the vets that are on the team talk about it, that you don't get this bond, this tightness, these friendships on every team in pro sports. That's not normal, and for us to be able to build that this season is something that's very special.
What will you remember this team for most?
Our love for each other, our fight for each other. I mean, every single possession, every single day, regardless of what was thrown at us, we stood together and we attacked every situation together, and we loved on each other. And I think that's what, I mean, just that feeling of togetherness, I think that's the biggest thing that we'll take away.
How much does this continue to build that foundation for what the Fever can be next year, the year after, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we have a lot of the same players back. You know, it's pro sports is another weird one where every season is different, teams look different, but I think every new player we had this season came into the locker room and felt that connectedness and added to it. So we were really lucky that we had built such a great culture here, and that'll continue year after year.
We talked about resiliency all year with you, but have you been a part of a team who's consistently had to overcome till the final minutes of the final game of the season?
I mean, yeah. I would say in college, during the COVID year, that was one of the hardest years playing basketball, a million things going on in the world, and staying together and being resilient on the court, whether that was, you know, having positive tests or not being able to practice in our home gym. There were so many things. So I would say, like, I personally have been through that before, but it's going to look different on every team with every group of people. And just so proud of this group for staying together.